Okay, looks like YouTube is streaming now. That's great. So we're in an unusual setup because I'm in an unusual mood. I shouldn't be able to see myself. That again ruins everything. We'll just take this chat box, drop it right over top my mug, and we should be set. Ah, okay. I know I made one of these Quest for Creativities not too long ago. God. Dog's outside because she was acting a fool. Okay, what's going on? Where are we? What are we doing? Quest for Creativity. I've got the main projects, the short story submissions, which God, I don't know where to start with those. I am just burning my wheels. I think really I just have to start. I just have to start typing things up and drafting and seeing where it goes. That one's been the least touched so far. The family interviews are good. I have laid out a spreadsheet that tells me everyone who I need to interview. And I have about 20 interviews I gotta do. No, it's about 15. 20 was closer to the maximum amount. So I just have about 15 interviews to do with people. Those will be fairly simple. Again, I think I can complete these within 6 months. The problem, not even a problem, just a question I have about doing it for myself is when I'm doing the interviews, do I want to use this webcam and my rinky-dink Chromebook I have, or do I want to buy some sort of dedicated filming device? Just we don't have camcorders anymore, which is a shame and terrible thing. So we'll make of that what we will. This terrible reality. This morning I desperately wanted a pager, but no one hardly uses pagers anymore unless they're in the EMT field or public services field. Like, they'll use them. So, family interviews are good. I just got to figure out, do I want to buy the hard drive and just use what I have, or go ahead and try to find something dedicated for filming these? I'm sure I can find a digital camcorder somewhere. There's just not many of them out there being marketed because so many people have smartphones. So I'm sure I can find something. But it'll probably be pricey. That's the only thing that'll suck. That covers the short story submissions. They're not a wash. They're just, it's going to be hard to start. I haven't written in so long that my confidence in writing is just abysmally low. I am not the writer I used to be. I stubbed my toe on a book. You might be thinking to yourself, Alex, why is there a book in the floor? And to that I ask you, if you put books in the floor, do you not have unlimited shelf space? Idiot. And you'll say, I never thought of it that way. Or you'll say, it's not unlimited, it's finite. And I'll say, shut up. Short story submissions that I'm in this weird mood where I don't want to dedicate myself to the projects already active. I just want to brainstorm more of the potential projects, like starting an amateur radio show, is one I haven't put in there that should be in there. Um, that's the big one, because I looked over and saw my hand crank radio flashlight combo from back in the day. I feel bleh whenever I'm not up and about on my feet all day and talking to people like I usually am at work. I feel slightly off. So I feel slightly off. I always mean to change this over, and I never do. Not that it matters. Okay. I heard a noise. Okay. The tabletop game I'm designing, called Tenderfoot, the sort of psychedelic acid western, it is probably the thing I want to tackle today. I want to sit down with my book right after I get off here. I'm just going to sit down. I'm going to start digging into the lore there. I have a few things set, but I'm just gonna dig in. I'm gonna probably rip out a few more pieces of printer paper, get them ready to put through the book, and just start drafting lore like crazy. My friend Josh is doing this ingenious thing with his tabletop, where he is. I need to clean my glasses. Hope you don't mind. You don't mind. I know you don't. How big is this microfiber cloth? Oh my god. This thing is enormous. Why did they make it so big? It looked much smaller in the packaging. So, Josh is recording videos of his lore for players to watch later. I think that is so cool, and it's going to be really good. I'm not going to steal that. I'm going to write mine. I love that smell of alcohol. So I'm not going to steal Josh's idea. But since I have Quest for Creativity as a thing that I'm doing and trying to maintain, which hopefully this will just start being something I do every Saturday morning. I was going to do it this morning, but instead I opted to go outside and walk around and see if a mule had destroyed the driveway. That seems like a joke. It's not a joke. Maybe it doesn't seem like a joke. Maybe it just seemed like a contextless phrase, which that's exactly what it was. Last night a mule was spotted in the backyard here, and recently a lot of concrete was laid on the driveway here to upgrade the home from gravel and dirt to concrete, make our lives easier. That's great and all, but when you live out in this area, all sorts of wild animals like to go roam free. And this time it wasn't the wild animals, it was the ones that live on a farm nearby. Decided to, the mules have gotten out 3 times now. They got out last night while the concrete was still curing. And so I walked it this morning to ensure they hadn't made some nice imprints in it. Ugh. Saw the devil out of my right eye. That was fun. I'm gonna be at this for a while because when it comes to my glasses, I'm a nut. I am a nut job when it comes to my glasses being clean. Why? I don't know. You can see everything else about me. I don't try very hard. But, man, apparently I just have my few quirks that I just cannot live with them being any other way. So anyway, with the Western game, I'm going to be drafting up lore for that today. That's part of the plan. I think I want to tackle the layout of the cities. I think I'm going to actually start laying in a couple cities and name them and give them some subcultural information. I might even start seeding it with adventures for players to engage with whenever they get to these cities. What I'll eventually need to think through is how I want to set up the game in terms of how do I want players to be brought into this world. But that's a later question. The right now question is, what is this world? Most of the fundamentals are there, but I'm going to sit down, put down some very strong lines and some specifics in there. That was a strange sensation in my glasses. I hope these bad boys don't break. Again, I'll be at this probably till the end of this video because I have something wrong with me. I heard you who laughed and said one thing, and I said, yeah, one thing. I'm only talking about the one thing. There's plenty others. So I'm going to work on Tenderfoot's lore. After that, there is, let's see, story submissions, family interviews, Tenderfoot. What was that fourth project? What the heck was that other project I was working on? Is it just Quest for Creativity? Yeah, this is it. This is Quest for Creativity, isn't it? That's what we're doing now. You adults. I've started putting some practical things in my list as well, such as buying land and building a home. Because, newsflash, this isn't my home. So, hoping to buy land soon and start construction. But doing that's really not easy in this area because most of the land already has homes on it, or it's a flood zone. So that's the other project I've put in there. I think that might be it. This is a short one, I suppose. I don't really know how long it's been. It's probably been way too long and very uninteresting. But, now we're cooking. Now I have that strange thing called vision. So I guess one thing I will talk about is that creativity is a lot. Creating is difficult. Hopefully I can report more in the future. I don't know what these Quest for Creativities are going to be. I have nothing. I have nothing. I just recapped my projects essentially. I do know on the short stories I want to focus on belief, and I want to focus on the feelings of being an outsider. I want to focus on a whole slew of things. Because as I described my themes, it felt like I was gearing up towards a more novelish endeavor. But I'm not ready for the novel. I'm not. I'll never will be. So I might as well start at any time. But I want to feel more confident about it than I do right now. And short stories are going to be my end. They were going to be my end. Unless I could just grind away on the story and get further that way. But yeah, well, I suppose we will call it here. I don't have a huge update. The main purpose in doing a quest for creativity today was so I could start that schedule of just doing this every Saturday. Because once I build it as a routine, because it's been too little time anyway between the last update, so I may not even really post this one anywhere. But just every Saturday from now on, I'll keep posting them. But this one was just putting it out there. Maybe I'll post it. Who knows? Who knows? The possibilities are endless. Okay, that's it, everyone. I'll see you later. Catch you on the flip side. I did learn from last time. It does cut off a good bit of the end of the stream. So let's just close this here. You look like you closed a ding blah 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 blah. God, I'm a funky looking dude. It's moments where I see myself like this. I wonder, is my odd appearance just me desperately trying to say I'm much more interesting than I actually am? Anyway, if you watched, thanks. This one will just be in there. These are for me anyway, so. Every Saturday, we'll do this. I'm going to get started on Tenderfoot. I got to figure out if I would rather use a camcorder for the family interviews projects. I'd rather have a dedicated device for it. I guess that's it. Let's call it.